I want to ask you specifically about China. The G7 has essentially announced a green Belt and Road policy that they are hoping will counter the One Belt, One Road soft power diplomacy of the Chinese. But it seems as if oftentimes in the West, particularly in the United States as well, when we talk about how to deal with China, we're oscillating between essentially this sort of soft power approach to getting tough on China when it comes to tech and hacking and other kinds of malign activity. When you think about this as NATO Secretary General, in your view, what is the best approach there? Because it seems as if, like with Russia, we're kind of oscillating between one and the other.
When it comes to China, of course, China is not our adversary, and the rise of China also poses some opportunities, and we need to engage with China on issues like, for instance, climate change or arms control. At the same time, there is no doubt that China's increasing military power, increasing influence, and also more assertive behavior in many parts of the world matters for our security. And that's the reason why NATO now, actually for the first time in our history, are formulating a unified position on China. The first time we had so we addressed China at the leaders level in NATO was as late as in 2019 at the London summit. I expect NATO leaders to agree common positions, which also reflects that we need to strengthen what we do on technology, sharpen our technological edge, strengthen our resilience, the protection of our critical infrastructure, and also work with partners in the Asia-Pacific like Japan, South Korea, New Zealand, Australia, to stand up for the rules-based order, and all of this as a response to the rise of China and the consequences that has for our security. So this is for NATO to come a long way. A few years ago, not addressing China at all. Now we see a convergence of views where all allies recognizes the risks that China poses for our security.
So it's a balance then between the competition and the conciliation, essentially.
Yes, because there are, of course, in different areas we need to engage with China, including on arms control, climate change, and of course for many NATO allies there is a lot of economic relationship between China and NATO allies. But at the same time, what is new for NATO is that not so long ago we didn't address the security consequences of China at all. Then in 2019, for the first time, we had some lines agreed by leaders. Now we will agree a program called NATO 2030, which actually covers a lot of measures which are relevant for how to address the rise of China, including establishing a new center for developing technology, working together on how to support the development of new technologies among NATO allies, how to develop new targets, guidelines for how to protect our critical infrastructure, everything from undersea cables to telecommunications, 5G, and also work more closely with other partners. I think we have to understand that this is about China coming closer to us. We have to monitor, follow what they do in Africa, in the Arctic, where we see more and more presence of China. They are trying to control critical infrastructure in our own countries. And then, of course, we see also China in cyberspace.